All right, all right, all right. We're gonna go live right now in five, four, three, two. Let's go. Sorry. Hey, Shalom Yabachim Shabbat. This is Officer Kazak Yad, 5,000 of the ISUPK, coming to you from Southern California, out here, Cali. You know what I'm saying? This is La Neta, our every Monday show. I'm here with the Matzaza today and Lahab out of California. I'm Matzaza out of Arizona. And we're here with La Neta. You know, this show comes out every Monday. We air it about 8:45, a little late today, but we're still going to air it. You know, we try to do the best we can to be on time through our schedules, busy schedules daily, but we still here regardless. You know what I'm saying? And today I got a Matzaza here. Matzaza, what's good? A Matzaza, Shalom Yahweh Shabbat.
Hey, Shalom Yahweh Shabbat Thumb, sir. It's like thud, sir.
What's going on out there in Arizona?
You already know, sir. Fighting the sea all day, every day.
That's right.
Arizona, you know what I'm saying? It's like it.
Right. All right, man. You know, we're gonna get right into it. You know, I have this article that you know, as you know, Amatazar, I'm pretty sure in your area too, we know that we got a lot of the street vendors, the taqueros, the elotero, right? The guys that sell las nieves, the ice cream guy, you know what I'm saying? Like this is Mexican custom, you know what I'm saying? The guy who sells the fruits, you know what I mean? The fruit guy, you know, these are all people that are, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. This has become part of LA culture, and I'm pretty sure it's become part of Arizona culture too. This is something that if you come to LA, right? If you're coming from the East Coast, the West Coast, wherever you're coming from, you come out to LA, and one of the things you're gonna see on our streets is vendors. You're gonna see the taqueros. You're gonna see our the raza out there selling tacos. You're gonna see the raza out there selling que fruta, que paletas, el paletero. You know what I'm saying? Traditionally, or in the past, you know, you were used to seeing the ice cream truck, right? Who was that big worm? The ice cream truck going down your
Right.
street selling ice creams and everything. You know what I mean? But now here in LA, you know, we bring our culture from Mexico to the States, and the culture that we bring is, of course, that you know, you got the Hispanic brothers and sisters pushing this little cart down the street with natural ice cream. And I do say natural ice cream because they make these ice creams, you know, out of fruit. So you don't have the big selection like the ice cream truck, but what you are getting is flavored ice cream that's more natural than what they sell on the you know, on the ice cream truck. That's for sure. And you know, it's very famous, very popular out here, the ice cream truck. Or you're gonna see the elotero, the guy that sells corn. That's another that's already part of our culture out here. Like without the elotero, your day is, you know what? You're just like, hey, where's that elotero at? You know, where's the guy with the corn? All of us ask for it. I even know brothers out here in LA that you know, that I know, that they're like, hey man, let's go get a corn. Let's look for the corn guy. You know, you're out there looking for the corn guy because you know that the corn is gonna be bomb. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna hook it up. They're gonna give you some corn. It's gonna be, you know, part of your day. Another thing is the taco stands. You know, you're not gonna go to your regular restaurant to get tacos. Now you're just gonna drive by the street. There's gonna be a guy with this taco stand up. You're gonna get you know, a good meal, right? Asada. You know, people what is that, pastor? People prefer, but us, of course, asada, lengua, and you know the tacos are gonna be 100% bomb. Apart from the tacos, the meat, they got the salsa. The salsa is not out of a can, but these people make their salsa. You know what I'm saying? This salsa that these people that are have the vendors make at their home. They got beans. The beans aren't refried beans. They're beans they make you know, in a pot, fresh beans. You know what I'm saying? You got tortillas, right? You got the chilies. You got all these things that they add to it. So It's the and the thing about the taco guys on the street is the reason why they make their own salsa, the reason why they put all the condiments out there, the cilantro, the onions, the tomatoes, the guacamole. You know what I'm saying? The onions that are fried or grilled, the tomato that's grilled. The reason, oh, what else? The cucumber. The cucumber, the radishes. The reason why they do that is because they want clientele. So since they want clientele, they want to make sure that you go to a spot that's hooked up, because when you go there, you always end up going back. So the
Right.
competition is hot, and what makes the competition hot is that everybody tries to put the most they can out on the taco stand so that you keep coming back. There's even Racia that makes handmade tortillas. Like, you can go there, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we got handmade tortillas." Why? Because they're trying to get you to come back to their taco stand. So the competition on the street with the taco stands is heavy because the taco stand that you see on the street, the raza that's putting those taco stands up, man, they're giving it all they got because they know that they're competing with other stands out there. Unlike the restaurants and stuff like that they use a lot of the refried beans out of a can. They buy a lot of stuff out of cans, the salsa. Yeah, a lot of Mexican places make it, but these people, their salsa goes quick, And I know because I know taqueros out there, and they're always like, "Man, we gotta make salsa every day because we run out daily." So you're getting fresh food from these taco stands all the time. I'm pretty sure out there with you, Amataza, you see that too, huh?
Con, sir, like you know what I'm saying? Like over here we have a lot of like you'll hear at the gas stations, what you'll see is a lot of sisters trying to sell their burritos. You know what I'm saying? From their truck or their car. Trying to sell lunches to the workers because you know what I'm saying. They all have to go to the QTs or to the gas stations to fill up, and right there's where they catch them. And it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying, selling burritos o una torta o con una soda, da 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 da. O a veces you'll see like de hacen como um, empanadas. So they'll sell
Okay.
you empanadas inside of a restaurant. It's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You mind if I go around asking if they want some empanadas? And it's like, yeah, go ahead. Or some churros también hacen, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, or donuts, stuff like that. They'll go into the restaurants and then, you know what I'm saying? Hey, no quieren comprar algo? Or you'll see a lot of too, like the bracelets, all that, like you know what I'm saying, all types of over here, like it's like vendors of all types, you know what I'm saying. All they do is just they find out like a little area that's not occupied and then just stand there and they start making business, you know what I'm saying. The brothers too with the la fruta, you know what I'm saying, the mangoes, the watermelons, the peanuts too, you know what I'm saying. They always have that peanuts. And what else they always had? They have like a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't miss them, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be everywhere, everywhere in Arizona. I remember when I went to Cali, it was roses, you know what I'm saying? Flowers and roses, and it was nothing special. It was just, you know what I'm saying? That's what they were. That's their hustle, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a hustle all around, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, food, material, clothing, you know what I'm saying?
Don.
Gifts.
No, you're absolutely right. Out here, another thing that's real popular with the Hispanic brothers and sisters is las aguas naturales, natural water. They got these glass jugs, los jarrones, y agua que de melón, agua de sandía, agua de piña, agua de tamarindo. You know what I'm saying? Man, just like it's the bomb. Like where I work, I'm in Pacoima area, and let me tell you something, man. Like in Pacoima, we got our little area right down the street where the whole street is lined up with people selling the fruit, mariscos. They got mariscos out there. They got tacos de canasta. Tienen los tamales. The tacos de birria. You know what I'm saying? So when you really think about it, man, this has become part of Mexican culture right here in LA. It's part of it. It's like it's got to be here. in the stream. Okay, let's see. Got you. So it's become part of our culture out here in LA. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be. Like you come into LA. Hey, shalom, y'all. Shimmy, Officer Baraka Yala in the house too with us. Most High in Christ. So Baraka Yala, we're talking about a custom that has come to LA from Mexico, a Mexican custom, and that is the fruit vendors, the tacos, the water, las aguas naturales that we call them. What else? And I'm gonna try to get some up here so we can see. So we got this, and this is traditional. Like in Mexico, this has always existed. You know what I'm saying? It's always existed in Mexico, and they're called aguas frescas, right? So
Right.
let's check out some aguas frescas, and this is what bringing Mexican immigrants to America and what they brought with them. Man, this is a gift to fucking America, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, this is a gift to America. Like you're lucky that our people are here because our people bring with them, man, some of the greatest traditions that you can think about, man. Like you wish that Americans wish they'd have thought about this first. You know what I mean? Like, who the hell wants to be drinking cokes all the time? You know what I mean? America poisons you with this high fructose corn syrup. Mexicans come here and give you a natural way of drinking, refreshing drinks. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So like is there. While you're looking for that, there's these brothers that I work with at the slavery, and they came from Mexico, right? And they're always I try to get them. I try to take them to a restaurant or wherever, you know what I'm saying, so they could get something to eat. It's like, man, like the American food is like garbage. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to go to Mexico to get some goods, like, hooked up. You know what I'm saying? Like the food over here is it's not that good. You got to get something where it's like, you know what I'm saying, something hooked up. Like that's the thing about us, like Mexicans, is that they'll hook you up because you know what I'm saying? Like they'll put they don't like you paying for something, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way they make their money. You know what I'm saying? They make the what do they call it? The elote. They'll hook up that elote with, you know what I'm saying, all that mayo, the queso, and you know what I'm saying, all the sauces and all that. Igual con el raspado, you know what I'm saying? They'll put that, they'll hook it up too con la lechera y todo eso. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go into the waters real quick. Let me show you what we're talking about there. See, that's what you're talking about. You got banana, you got melon, you got a strawberry, you got tamarindo, and this is fresh water with ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Lahab was like, hey, a little bit of what is that, cognac in that would taste good. You know what I mean? Like a little sidekick right there. But this is what our culture brings. This is agua de what is cucumber water. Oh man, like what's better than cucumber water? Like for the body, for the body, cucumber water. You know what I'm saying? For your health, cucumber water. This one here is tamarindo. Tamarindo is, man, that's got to be for the kidneys, man, tamarindo. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's real good for the kidneys. You know what I mean? So when you're talking about, something that's healthy, here you got strawberry, a banana, you know what I mean? Cherry drink, and these are made, a lot of them, believe it or not, is made from fresh fruit. You know what I mean? A lot of them made from fresh fruit. I mean, this is the kind of things that Mexico, Central America, this is what they bring to America. This is what's brought to America. And, these are the kind of things that, what America should be celebrating. You should be glad to see Mexican people bringing these cultures, this tradition, this food, these drinks, this way of life over here. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to say that we're murderers and thieves. You never hear them say in a newscast or something, hey, look at what a great thing Mexico has with the waters. This is natural water. This could be good and healthy for you. You know what I mean? Instead of drinking your cokes all the time, your canned sodas, you should be looking for this pineapple water. You know what I'm saying? Watermelon water. That's watermelon water right there. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of things you needed. Your body's asking for. That just goes to show you how Mexicans can bring not only good food to you, natural food to you, but something that's good for the body. You know what I'm saying? You guys gonna say, Lam?
Yeah, and then going into like America appreciating Mexicans, like they should really like you should appreciate Mexicans for picking those tomatoes, picking that corn, all those vegetables that you have at your house. Don't forget, like what it was like 110 degrees out here, 110 degrees out here in California, and you still had Mexicans working those farms. Picking corn, picking tomatoes, picking fruits and vegetables at 110 degrees. I think it was 115, probably in the field. And them brothers out there working 10 hours, 15-hour shifts, picking that corn. Just so white people can go to Whole Foods and get organic tomatoes, organic corn, organic grapes, all that organic, healthy food that they like to get. Don't forget, a Mexican had to pick that. A Central American was on those fields, picking those fruits and vegetables, just so that you can live a nice, healthy life in America. But they won't ever tell you that. Like, where's the outcry for that? Where's the outcry for the farmers out there in the fields? Damn near dying from dehydration, having heat strokes, heat exhaustion. There was no outcry for our people. You understand? And America should be ashamed for the way they treat our Hispanic brothers, the Mexicans and Central Americans. They truly take advantage of our people and have no care for them at all. If America gave a damn about the farmers, they would go out there and give them all kinds of water, or they would tell them to take a break, take a day off. But our people can't take a day off, or otherwise they don't get paid. You understand? They take advantage of our work ethic, and they take advantage of how hard we're willing to work and get paid. That was it.
John, absolutely. You want something to add something, Barakiala? How is it up there? Let's let Barakiala, before I go into the corn, right? I want to go into the corn. We're talking about the water right now, but I want Barakiala a little bit of insight on what it's like, the Hispanic community up there in what is that, Canada.
Wakan. Well, basically, just to add on what Officer Lahab just said, right? We should be grateful for all our Hispanic brothers coming over here, working their asses off, understand? Especially in summer where, like, even in Montreal in summer, like, it gets hot to another level, you understand? Whether it's in Toronto or in Montreal where I'm at, most of the brothers, like, picking up the fruits in the fields are either, like, Issacharites or other, like, Northern Kingdom, right next to Benjamin, you understand? And we don't get a break. We don't get any credit for that. You understand? And without us, the white man wouldn't be enjoying like his nice a fresh glass of orange juice or whatever the case is, his milkshake. You understand? His not as much as Slovakia, his smoothies. You understand? Without us, there'll be no strawberries, orange smoothies, whatever the case is. You understand? We're the ones in the field picking the fruits. All the Mexican brothers coming to Canada, not even speaking not one word of English or French. They're the ones in the field picking up the berries, the strawberries, the apples. You understand? Just like Officer Lahab said, we bring the organic food that white people enjoy to eat. You understand? But we don't get no credit for that. Just like we don't get credit for nothing that we do. You understand? We build this kingdom, we don't get no credit for that either. And I mean, Salakia, may I wish I come sooner than expected, because I'm tired of the white men just profiting off of our backs. You understand?
Gone. So we're showing the waters, the traditions that are coming from Mexico that are now part of the Mexican culture in places like LA, Chicago, New York, Arizona, Texas. No matter where you go in America, wherever there's a Latin community, you're gonna see this. This is gonna you're gonna run into this. You know, you should go and taste a little bit of our culture, taste a little bit of Latin America. You know, and when you do run into this, you'll see that some of the food that's prepared by our Hispanic brothers and sisters, Central American brothers and sisters, man, is uncomparable to what you're used to here in America. You know, you got these elotes. This is the corn guy. They burn these on what's this, on the fire. They grill them on the fire, and then they make them, you know, to your taste. You know what I mean? Where, man, when you try these elotes, this is why they're so famous. This is why. Imagine, this is why there's so many eloteros out there. People are like, man, there's a lot of eloteros there. Why? Well, this is why. Because this is just bomb ass corn. Man, they took corn on the cob to a different level. You know what I'm saying? Used to go like, oh, corn on the cob. Oh no, Mexicans did like corn on the cob extreme and shit. You know, they took it to a whole different level. Where now you like, you know, you're looking for this guy. This guy's at all the schools. This guy's at all the parks. This guy's at all the events. All the gyms. You know why? Because they know that the corn's gonna sell. And let me tell you something. I'll go biblical on you. Corn is in the Bible. Corn is in the Bible throughout the whole Old Testament and New Testament. Like, I think that when the Northern Kingdom came to this continent, I believe they bring corn with them. Like, it's so sacred to them because it's their ancestral corn. I'll go into some detail. In the Yucatan Peninsula, places like Oaxaca, they dwell on keeping natural corn. Because, you know, in America, they got this GMO corn. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to Mexico, they thrive on blue corn, purple corn, red corn. Man, they got all colors of corn because it's natural. People think corn is just yellow and white, but that's not true. Corn comes in blue, in yellow, in red, in purple. They got all kinds of color. You know, they got all kinds of colored corn, and that's because it's a natural. You know, it's a natural thing. You know what I mean? And it's biblical. You know, it's a biblical thing. It's always been in the Bible. You know, it's something that I would say that our ancestors, I would say, bring that with them. You know what I mean? Because they knew how important corn was. And man, you know, we Israel. So since we Israel, you know, hey man, they have black corn. Now, let me tell you, they got black corn. Okay,
right.
Like that's how deep it gets. We got even black corn, and you know, you really got to go into Latin America. Into what was that, the Yucatan Peninsula, like I said, Yucatan, what I say, Chiapas, Oaxaca, to find, you know, that corn. And let me see if I got one there. Okay, here you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Now see, that's the kind of corn you wanna bring back. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of corn you want to go ahead.
But that black corn doesn't even look good.
It don't even look.
I'm pretty sure it's amazing though. You don't ever see that.
No, you don't ever
see that corn. But I'm pretty sure if you were to try it, it would be amazing.
Put some in there.
It's lucky if I could.
No.
Go ahead.
It's lucky. You know that black corn remind me of black beans. I remember the first time I seen black bean, and I was like, nah, I'm straight. I was like, they don't even look that good, but once you try them, it's like, ooh wee, it's the best. You know what I'm saying? Mexican beans.
You're not trying to eat black beans?
I never tried it, but then my grandma served me some. I was like, you know what? I might as well try it. You know what I'm saying? Put some cheese on there, and it's the best.
Yeah. Well, this is the corn. You know, this is the original corn. That corn that comes from, you know, from deep in Mexico, that is still being kept through the original seeds. Because let me tell you something, like the stories in Mexico of corn are so deep that there's even myths about that Mexican people were derived from the corn. You know, if you've never heard that, there is a story that, you know, we have the story that we come from Adam and Eve, and others that we come from the dust of the ground. You know, the Aztecs, they also have a story of that we're made from the corn. You know, that we're children of the corn, for to say. You know, that's a story that runs in Mexico, and possibly because, you know, they know that corn has been like part of the Mexican, Central American, Latin American culture for so long, right? And that's why I say it ties into the Bible, because of how deep the Bible gets into corn. Also, you know what I mean? What was it? Wasn't it Joseph that was getting corn, right? I believe so. Watch. I think I have some information on it just so we can understand how deep it goes. Because, like I'm saying, you know, you really got to understand, you know, the whole thing about corn and where it comes from, and why Hispanic people are so tied to it. You know what I mean? It's part of our culture. It's probably part of our biblical side of the culture too, because Mexicans are Israelites and we know it, you know, and that's why we see all this well, how could I say connection to corn in ourselves, right? Let's see. What is oh, I know what's in the Bible. I was trying to remember parched corn. You ever heard of that word, parched corn? Do you know what parched corn is? Do you know what parched corn is?
Is it like the dry corn?
Parched corn is corn nuts.
Kawakan.
You ever had that corn nuts?
Actually, Kawakan, one. I've been eating that since I'm a kid.
That's right. You know how they bake it? Corn is baked and then it turns into corn nuts. Well, that's parched corn. Corn nuts is parched corn, and corn nuts are a part of Mexican culture. Like the Aztecs used to do parched corn. Actually, the Spaniards ate parched corn, and they were amazed at eating the parched corn. And I believe, okay, I got some here. Joshua 5:11. You can find it. It says, "And they did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow after the Passover, the day after the Passover, unleavened cakes and parched corn in the self same day." In that same day, that's what they ate. You know what I mean?
Kawakan.
Yeah. So throughout the Bible, you'll find instances of corn. Exodus 22:6. "A fire breaks out and catches in thorns, so that the stacks of corn or standing corn of the field be consumed there within. He that kindled the fire shall surely make restitution." That's how deep the corn was, that if you burned the corn down, man, you were gonna have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like, brother, because of your fault, the corn burned. So now you're gonna have to pay for it. They have Leviticus. "And if thou offer a meat offering on thy first fruits unto the Lord, thou shalt offer for the meat offering of thy first fruit green ears of corn dried by the fire, even corn beaten out of full ears." So what is that first fruits, right? You can turn in corn for that first fruits. Oh, and this is the one of Joseph. "And Joseph's 10 brothers went down to buy corn in Egypt." That's when I was talking about Joseph, because I remember that Joseph, when he was sold, right? There was a famine, but Joseph collected corn,
Right.
and he was able to put the corn for when his brothers came. He gave them corn. You know what I mean? For his father and everybody, for Jacob. So, man, and if you go down, I mean, like you'll see corn throughout the whole Bible. It's like, man, I think it's in there a good, man, I don't know, 100 times. How many?
94 times.
94 times in the Bible, you'll find corn, instances of corn. So corn is like, imagine 94 times throughout the New Testament and the Old Testament. And likewise, you know, Mexicans, they have a thing about corn. Like their thing is like really tied to corn. They use corn, even the husk and everything. They use it for making like plates, decorations, things like that. So Mexico, the Latin America is tied real heavy to corn. Anybody want to jump in?
But what I did want to mention was about like everything we touch, right? We always got to throw some flavor in it. So you mentioned corn on the cob,
Corn on
right?
the cob, yeah.
And then Mexicans got to throw what is it? Is it butter? They throw the butter.
Butter,
They throw
yeah,
the chile. They
con,
throw lemon, right? And then like even a simple beer,
right.
like you get a regular beer, brothers got to put we call it chamoy.
Chamoy.
What's chamoy? How you say it in English? What's chamoy in English?
Nah, I don't even know what chamoy is in English.
You put chamoy, you put the lemon, the salt, right? Then you gotta add all that candy in there. Like everything that we touch, we always gotta go all out and extra. And sometimes it's kind of nasty because it's too sweet. I just wanted to mention that, like with the whole corn thing, how we damn near decorate a whole corn and give it more flavor.
Hey, Salaki, if I could, have you guys ever ate like those corn, the sweet tamales, the corn?
Oh, I love the sweet tamales.
Man,
Corn.
and then
Corn tamal,
with
yeah.
the milk, with some
Yeah,
milk
yeah.
is yeah.
You
So
know those
like
tamales
that's
with strawberries.
yeah, like that's the thing
Yeah.
though. Is that with the corn, like you can either eat it with milk. Well, it's like the two choices that I've eaten it with, either with milk or with the sour cream and the cheese. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's like that corn goes good with anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Right.
the tamales too. You know what I'm saying? They have, you know what I'm saying, stuff them with carne, lo que sea. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Salaki, you know what? Now I remember los tamales son de raisins, bro, with corn. Yeah.
Right,
Raisins with corn. Yeah, raisins with
right,
corn. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
those are the best, man.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's something you really gotta, see that Mexico adds, the flavor that Mexico adds is like, something like you don't get nowhere else. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this, like, and remember this, that we've been doing this for a long time. You know, before you had social media, you go to your local, swap meet, or you see the brothers on the street selling it all the time. And now you got a lot of corporations trying to pick this up and sell it at their stores, like a Whole Foods. Now they're trying to do the whole thing of getting corn and mixing it with the cheese and the chile and everything like that. The watermelon with the tahini, the cucumbers with tahini, all kinds of things. And I see it on my slavery, and oh yeah, my coworkers will be like, they're selling the corn with the chile now. Now they have the tahini and with the watermelon. Well, I ain't buying that shit. I ain't gonna spend not $1 at Whole Foods when it comes to buying this. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go to the vendor and give my money to him. I ain't giving y'all a dime. Right. You know what I'm saying? Who made it? Some Armenian that work right here? Hell no, I ain't eating this shit. I'm gonna go outside and go to the vendor and give him my money. But the point is, excuse my language, was that these corporations are picking up on it because you know what they know is that it sells. Right. That this simple thing of getting watermelon and tahini sells. The corn with the chile and the cheese and the lemon sells. But we've been doing that for a long time.
Hey, the micheladas.
Micheladas, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's the point. All that sells, man. But the point is that we did it first, and we've been doing it for a long time. That's a Mexican hustle. And now you got Jeff Bezos trying to take our hustle and trying to sell it at his Whole Foods.
Right.
Damn that. Like, don't give them a dime. Go to your local vendor, give them your $5, and I bet you're gonna be 10 times better. Right.
Right. No, and have you guys heard? They're trying to change the names too. They take our culture and then they change the name of it. You know what I'm saying? To something like what was that? The corn. They call it. I think the uh, 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 a yellow. Man, I forget the name. A yellow or Sunday or something like that. Somewhere it's ridiculous and it's like a salad. You know what I'm saying? They call it a corn salad or something like that. And it's ridiculous, and it's just, you know what I'm saying, we just call it elote en un vaso, you know what I'm saying, y ponle un poco más de jugo y con un chingo de chile, you know what I'm saying, con limón y todo eso, hook it up, you know what I'm saying. We always tell the corn man hook it up, and they'll hook it up too, you know what I'm saying, but you better tip them too, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you got to make sure you help these brothers out too. They're pushing the carreta, you know what I'm saying. Some of them have the little cart, some of them are you know what I'm saying, on a little bike, and then some of them are just pushing the carreta in the heat. Like
Uh,
that's some work. You know what I'm saying? That's some work, and you'll see them everywhere, man. And that's the thing that they'll go from neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood, and they won't stop until all that corn is gone. You know what I'm saying? That's
Gone,
a good
gone.
hustle.
Yeah, and good point, man, because that's a lot of work, man. You think you're getting exercise, man. They're getting exercise all day long,
right.
pushing that cart up and down the street. You know what I'm saying? That's like, man, you don't realize what they go through, daily. And we're gonna get into why we're talking about this in a minute. But right now we're enjoying talking about, the food that you're getting, the Mexican culture that we're bringing over that America gets to enjoy. God damn it, America, you get to enjoy Mexican culture, and you don't even have to go by it because the guy is walking right by your neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to go nowhere. You ain't got to spend no money going nowhere. He's bringing it to you. And even then, America is such a disgraceful, ungrateful nation of people, man. You know what I mean? They're selfish, like children, bro. That they have no sense of compassion to a nation of people who come to not only make money the right way, but to share a culture with them and to share their what is that, their food with them. You know what I mean? And even like that, these people are fucking monsters. You know what I mean? And it's a disgrace, man. You know what I mean? These people are shameful, man. Disgraceful people. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brock. Go ahead. You got it.
No, go ahead, Otto. Go ahead, Otto.
I was gonna say, like, you know what you were saying, Amanda, it's like rain or shine. It's a hustle that they do, right? And it's funny that you see these brothers hustling, right? Putting in work, pushing that cart. Even if they're not pushing the cart, they're selling flowers on the freeway, right? There's always a hustle that Ishkrites and Central Zebulon and Central Americans have. You see these brothers hustling on that freeway. You see a brother with flowers, selling flowers, right? Or selling the corn, or selling the fruits. And on the other side of the freeway, you'll see a devil. You'll see a white man right there begging for money. Right. So it shows you the difference between the two people. One of them is not even from this country. He's coming from a whole different country, right? And he's coming over here and hustling. Rain or shine, you're going to see him hustling. And then you see the other devil right there begging for money, begging for quarters and dollars and everything like that. That goes to show you that we're not the same people. We're completely different. And the thing is, the difference between us and them is that we hustle no matter what. We're going to hustle, whether it's hot as hell, whether it's raining, storm, whatever. You're going to find an Israelite. You're going to find an Israelite out there hustling. Go ahead. That's like, go ahead, Brock Yellen.
I think also Issachar like got corn whiskey, right?
Corn
and I think they also have that in the U.S., but I think it came from Issachar, corn whiskey.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? Yeah, you're right. It's called what is that called? Man, I'm trying to think of the name. I want to say tequino. Yeah, because it's like fermented, but they have a different name for it. Tequino, I think, or tepache. I think it's called tepache. I think it's called. But yeah, you're right, man. It's ancient food for us. Things that we've always had. You know what I mean? And the same. Tequila. We share it with everybody. Our food, our culture. The things that we bring out there, and we're humble people. That's why they're willing to go out there every day. Let me tell you how it works. You're wondering, where did this guy come from with this cart that he's pushing down the street? Right. This is the way it works. There's this guy with a pickup truck or a van, and he has these carts in the back of his truck. And then he'll go to a neighborhood and he'll drop off the cart and the person. And he'll let that person walk around all day. And then he'll pick them up late in the evening. That's the way it works. They do that everywhere. I see it all the time. I see them pull up, drop them off, and then take off, and then come pick them up later. And that means they got to be out there all day. They drop them off in neighborhoods they don't even know. So they're not in their own neighborhoods. They're coming from other places and making them work in that area. You know what I'm saying? So the ice cream guy that's selling the ice cream, not all the money that he's getting there is his. He's actually splitting it with the guy who dropped them off there. So if he's selling the popsicle for $2, he's getting 75 cents or $1 maybe, and the guy who dropped them off is getting $1 maybe.
Right.
And that's the way it works. That's a job. It's like everybody else. It's a business. He's not. Never think that the guy who put all the corn, he's making. Because people look, man, this guy's getting rich. All the corn. No, man. He's got to split that with somebody because that guy cannot leave his house with that thing every day. He's got to be dropped off. And that brings us to our next little hustle, and that's el paletero, right? You got the paletero. It is just like the corn guy. It's just like all everybody else. You know what I mean?
I think Charles wants to.
Oh, go ahead, Kisharwan.
So,
Before we go on,
I was just gonna say that what other race of people comes to this country and says, you know what, I'm gonna be a gardener, and then and have full success of gardening business, get himself a new truck, has employees and all that. There's no other race of people that does that. That's all I was gonna say.
Right? No, you're right. I mean, that's the way we are, man. We're gonna come out here and we're gonna do the best we can to make money any way we can. You know what I mean? And people don't appreciate the your local paletero. People don't appreciate your local elote guy. People see them as, man, how could that guy be working like that? But maybe they make more money than somebody else. You know what I mean? So when you see this guy, he seems like a poor someone who's poor. But in reality, this man here has a lot of heart because he's willing to push that cart all day long to hustle to make his money. You know what I mean? He could be, well, real quick, he could be in the unemployment line. You know what I mean? He could be in the unemployment line, or he could be on the corner begging for money. But instead, he gets hooked up by doing this, and that's somebody's dad.
Right.
That's somebody's grandfather. That's somebody's uncle. Go ahead now.
So I get it. I feel it, man. What gets to me is those people that fake like a family emergency. You know what I'm talking about? Like those Armenians are known for doing that. Like they think, oh, my 2 kids just died, and they stand by the freeway with a sign, trying to get people to feel sorry for them. And that really gets to me, man. But yes, like that was it.
Yeah, and instead you see this man here. He prefers to go out every day and hustle and try to make his money. You know what I mean? That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make their money one way or another. You know what I mean? And once again, this is a tradition to them. This is not like, oh man, shit, I have no other choice. I gotta do this. No, man, understand that this right here is a Mexican tradition. This is a Mexican tradition right here. El taquero, el elotero, el paletero. In Mexico, in reality, in Mexico, people are like, you know what? I'm going to save money and I'm going to buy me a fucking cart and I'm going to sell fucking ice creams. And it's like, how could I say, like a dream they have or like a goal they have. They're like, fuck it, I'm going to get my elote cart. I'm going to get this. And that's a business that they conjure up in their mind that this is what I'm going to do. This is going to be my hustle. You know what's a hustle in Mexico? Clowns on the bus.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you guys don't know this. Like, Raza don't know this, but being a clown on the bus is a fucking hustle.
Right.
Like, there's people that they're like, man, you know what? I want to get my makeup. I want to get my clown shoes. I want to get my clown nose. And they save money, man, to get this uniform so that they can get on the buses, on the taxis, and crack jokes.
Right.
And people pay them for being on the bus and cracking jokes. And they live their whole life doing that. El payaso in Mexico is a fucking it's a career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking career. And you know what? And they love it. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. people grow up thinking they see their grandfather and they're like, man, you know what? Man, I want to be an elotero just like my dad. I want to go out there and I'm going to be an elotero. I'm going to be selling ice cream just like my pops did. And let me tell you something. You know what the beautiful part of this life is of doing this, of being an elotero, of being a corn guy, is that they love being out there talking to people. They love being outside. They love doing their work. We take it for granted. Americans, Americans take it for granted. You know why? Because Americans dream of the big house, of the big car, of the vacation home and here, and the retirement plan and the 401k, the American way, the American dream. But, you know, Muhammad, I think General Muhammad said the other day, right? You're going to retire at 65 and you're going to die at 75.
Right.
And there with your 10-year retirement, good luck in trying to retire, having fun in 10 years with your retirement. You know, you're not gonna see it. It's not gonna be there. You know, you're gonna work and when you do get 65 and you retire, you're gonna struggle to pay your rent or your mortgage or put food on your table or just, the way gas prices are. Man, you're gonna struggle just to survive. And have you seen? We may not have a Social Security when our time comes around. And have you seen your 401k may no longer be around at that time? And have you seen they're going to try to move retirement from 65 to 68? These are the kind of things that you can expect of us in this generation. 65 and that way of life was for people that grew up in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Those that retired now, they're going to live that life. But for all of us who live in America today, you're not going to see that retirement plan. That retirement plan isn't for you. You're better, man. You'd be lucky to buy a goddamn house. You know what I'm saying? That's a truth right there. When you're looking at these people, man, they're living their life the way they want to live. The clown, he's out there doing what he does. El elotero, let's get that elotero picture. The elotero, he has a good day going out and walking around. You know, in Mexico, it's a custom that when these people come around, you don't see it here in America. But in Mexico, you go outside and you see them and you're like, hey, buenos dias. Or, hey, ¿cómo está don Nacho? ¿Cómo está don Jose? And they know people. They know each other in Mexico. In Mexico, it's common that when this guy's coming up the street, you know him by name. You know what I mean? He's like somebody if something happens to this man, you're like, oh, we haven't seen him. We haven't seen Don Jose. What happened to him? And then people are asking, hey, what happened to this guy? Because he's part of your life. You know what I mean? He's part of your life. And in America, you forgot what it's like to appreciate people. You go and people don't say, hi, how you doing today? People don't say good morning. People don't say, hey, man, what's going on, man? How you doing? Man, it's rare to find people who honestly and truly say that to you. You know what I mean? And you got Mexican people who are coming to America not only to bring a good vibe, but to bring you good food.
You know what? If I could, because I remember like growing up as a kid, and I remember when the cops used to pull over the street vendors and the paleteros and everything like that, and ask them if they had a permit. Remember that? And they would say that if they didn't have a permit, they take all the stuff. They'll confiscate the card and everything they have. I think the money too. I think they would take the money.
Oh yeah,
They take the money. I remember seeing that more than a couple of times of cops doing that to street vendors and paleteros and the corn guy. While at the same time, you could have a little white kid have a lemonade and nothing would ever happen to him.
A lemonade stand.
Where's their permit at? And the reason why I said that, because I remember the other day we were driving back and I seen a little white girl with a lemonade stand. I was thinking like, man, like,
where's your permit?
Where's your permit? Where's your permit?
Hey, where's your permit, little girl? Get your ass off the block.
Real talk though, like, where's your permit at?
Right.
And you're only out there for a day, but imagine there's guys are out there pushing those carts, like, that's their hustle. And the cops would pull. I remember them pulling them over, giving them a hard time, and confiscating the cart, taking the money, and then leaving them with nothing. Imagine all that hard work that they put in.
Right.
And some stupid cop got to go over there and take their money, take their card,
and act like the fucking health department.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, you know what good is that? Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you see a someone who's out there hustling and think, let me pull him over, and let me, I like, you know, you don't have a permit, but you still like, let me pull him over, let's mess with him, let's take his car, let's take his money. Like only like someone who's like has no compassion would do something like that. And these are not cops. These are Hispanic cops that were doing that.
Right.
I remember that these were Hispanic cops that will pull them over and harass them. That goes to show you that them Hispanic cops are a piece of garbage.
Right.
So go ahead.
Go ahead, Barack Yala.
Go ahead, Barack Yala.
I just want to add to what Officer Lahab just said, right? The reason why they don't really care about them white kids like selling lemonade without a permit, but they were going to arrest Issachar, right? Because those white kids could be their sons, their daughters. That Issachar, right, he's an enemy.
Right.
You understand? We're never going to be shown compassion from an enemy. You understand? It's like it's like a lion giving a pass to a zebra. You understand? That is never gonna happen. As soon as the lion sees a zebra, he's hunting right now. You understand? Just like in the Bible said, they hunt our steps.
Right.
You understand? They're relentless. When it comes to us, they're relentless. We don't get a pass for nothing. Not even selling lemonade, not even selling tacos, not even selling bottles of water on a hot summer day. We don't get a pass for that. We require a license for everything. It's basically like we goddamn need a license to live.
John.
You understand?
Right.
John. And you know, we're going back to, you know, what Mexico, what Latin America, what these people that are called so-called immigrants, because we ain't the immigrants, man. These are territory. This is northern Mexico occupied territory. And what we bring to America, and how America disgracefully dishonors what we bring for them. This is the paletero. I don't know if you've tried the paleteros, but this is the paletero right here. They make these out of fresh milk, water and fruit, just the way you see those the aguas frescas that I said. They turn that agua fresca. Let me find the agua fresca, right? They turn this agua frescas, these here. They in turn turn these into the ice cream that you buy off these people, off the paletero that goes down your street. And this is what you get off of them. You know, this is what you're gonna find. You're gonna find that they get the fruit and they turn it into ice creams, chocolate, you know, kiwi. Man, they got the Oreos, they got the pineapple, they got the banana ice creams. This is the kind of ice cream you're gonna get right there. Man, screw Haagen-Dazs, bro. This is the real, man. This is real ice cream, right? This is what it's about. You know, you ever tried the coconut ones, man? You know, the coconut ones are, man, super bomb, made out of real coconut and lime. You know, you can taste the bits of coconut that comes out of them. This is what. Go ahead.
I just want to add on what you just said before, right? Like they want to call the Latinos immigrants, whatever the case is, wetbacks, but the white, just for crossing a river, but the white man crossed the whole goddamn ocean. He's the real wetback.
Right.
You understand?
Damn right.
John, he's the real immigrant here. This is what America tries to say when you get these corporations that are selling you ice cream that says all natural. This is what they're after right here. This is what they're trying to duplicate. This is all natural. What they're selling you at Thrifty, at these places is not. This is, you want all natural, you're going to pull over that ice cream guy, that Mexican ice cream guy that's going up your street. This guy here.
Right.
This is the all natural guy right there. That guy right there is Mr. All Natural. He looks all natural to me too. I see this guy. He looks real. Like, he's a real guy right here. This is not, you know, this is not what Aunt Jemima did by mass producing. What they do? Mass produce corn syrup, pancake syrup, and then put the lady on it and said it was all natural. You know what I'm saying? No, this is all natural guy right here. This is what it is right here. He's the one producing this all natural. Like, you can't go wrong here. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't understand why America hates us so much when what we give them is our man. They didn't only take our land, right? Take our natural resources, but when it's in their hands, it's the greatest thing. But when we give you this, it's a threat. It's low. It's not good. It's illegal. It's everything that's wrong is here when we're giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? When they have it in their hands, it's all good. You know what I mean? And when we're
Right.
selling it, it's just not right. Go ahead.
It's like it's like it says, and it's like Psalms 83 says, you know what I'm saying? Let us take them into our. I'm paraphrasing. Let's take them into our. Man, I'm paraphrasing, but basically saying let's not basically saying let's not make Israel a name no more. You know what I'm saying? Like Israel's not gonna have a name no more. Let's take them into our position, pos, possession, Salakia,
Possession, con.
possession, and that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they want from us. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to know. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to know about who made this. You know what I'm saying? Who started this? And then they always like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how these devils work. They want to take away, you know what I'm saying, everybody's culture and now claim it theirs. But really, what's white people's culture? You know what I'm saying? Is it robbing and stealing, raping and murdering? Like what is it? Because that's all they ever do. You know what I'm saying? What flavor do they have besides adding raisins to everything? You know what I'm saying? Salaki,
Con.
you know what I'm saying? Like they don't really got nothing to give. They don't like, you know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High says that we are the salt of the earth, because everything we touch, you know what I'm saying? Everything we go into, everything we do, we put flavor in it. You know what I'm saying? We do extra, and it always works. But when they don't do nothing. They just take what somebody already has and now claim it theirs. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of it.
I'll tell you this, Amaz, they can't stand to see us doing better than them.
Exactly.
Uh,
Right.
that's what it is right there. Because a lot of these devils got restaurants, right? They got restaurants, they got permits, they got everything that they need to run a business. But why is it you got a vendor outside and all the people are going to the vendor and no one's going inside the restaurant? And that
And
and
that's
that
what
pisses them off, and that's why they call the cops. That's why they're asking for the permits because their business is better than theirs.
right.
And I remember that happened out here. It happened in LA where some devils called the cops on this vendor because he was making more money than they were. His business was better than theirs. So they tried to shut him down, and it backfired because what happened was after they moved him, these Ishkrites went to a different spot. It went all over social media, and all these Ishkrites went to that vendor. There was about 100 people on this corner supporting this and he made what like $2,000 in
Con.
one day. But it goes to
Right.
show you that they can't stand to see a Mexican doing better than them. No matter what we do,
No.
we're always gonna hustle. We're gonna make that money, rain or shine. No matter what you do to us, we're always gonna be on the grind.
And Salagia, sir, if I could, you know what I'm saying, add to that to what you just said, like what that brother did and what our people, how we organized ourselves to, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, they're attacking this brother, let's all help him out in his business. That's how it should be though. You know what I'm saying? We should separate ourselves from our oppressor and join with ourselves, and that way we will grow, you know what I'm saying, as a community, as a nation. You know what I'm saying? Like we will grow together if we separate ourselves from our oppressor and if we join black and brown together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we need to start seeing, that we can't make it out in this world without each other. You know what I'm saying? We're both dying, we're both being targeted. Like let's look at our situation and who we're dealing with and see that we need to come together. You know what I'm saying? We need to come together. We need to start working together, and we need to separate ourselves from oppressor. Because you know what I'm saying? Look at the way they treat us. You know what I'm saying? And look at the way they treat everybody else. You know what I'm saying? An East Indian can come from, you know what I'm saying, miles and miles away from, you know what I'm saying, from from this country and get in here, no, you know what I'm saying, no search, you know what I'm saying, is everybody, you know what I'm saying, legal, is every does, you know what I'm saying, where proof of documents or anything like that. But Mexicans got to cross the border, die in the desert or die inside of a truck trying to get smuggled in here. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else gets to, you know what I'm saying, live off of our sweat, our blood, our tears. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else grows off of that. You know what I'm saying? But we suffer.
When you take a look at all the elotero and and the drinks, the how we showed the aguas frescas, and we showed what else, el paletero. Every time a Mexican brother dies crossing that border, that's one less great food that's coming from Mexico that you're not gonna get. You know what I mean? That's a loss. That should be considered a loss for us when a brother like that passes away or doesn't make it. Because every single immigrant that's coming from Latin America is bringing with him something great to add to our culture here in America, and that's what we needed. And let me tell you something. What do they call this? This is called they have a name for it. It's called like what is it? Old school? No, man, I want to think of the name. I can't think of the name. What they call it when you're dealing with something of this type, when you're dealing of something that's natural, that's being brought to you in a manner that's just like
Authentic.
authentic. Yeah, I would say authentic, but the grassroots, that's the word I'm looking for. The grassroots method. These brothers right here, let me show them right here. These brothers are bringing the grassroots of Mexico to America. What this brother's doing here, cutting the fruit the way he is, he's bringing the grassroots of to America. Like, this is Mexico. Our land gives up all this fruit. You know what I'm saying? When you take a look at what we're offering, right? For instance, this here, when you're looking at this, strawberries, who picks those strawberries? Well, we do. You got the mango, you got the piña, you got the pineapple, you got the what else? Let me go another one. Right? Booyah, you oranges, right? What is that?
Papaya.
What is that?
Papaya.
Oh, papaya, ándale, watermelon, sandía. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We pick this fruit. We not only pick it, but now we're giving it to you in a manner that like how we eat it. And then when you
Right.
take a good look at it, oh man, you know, like you're like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Se me antojó.
And you're like, that's Mexican style right there.
That's the chamoy that I was talking about.
That's the chamoy, the chile, the lemon. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole 9 yards right there. You know what I mean? When you start seeing, not only do we pick your fruit, but carnal, man, we have a way of giving it to you.
Right.
Like, and then white man only picks it and sells it as is. We don't, man. We're gonna bring it to you, and we're gonna bring it to you in a manner that you've never even seen before. I remember me and Lahab used to put what is that tapatio in our Coronas,
Yeah.
and I remember when brothers saw that, they were like, "What the hell?" Like, yeah, you put tapatio in your Corona. They were like, "Man, we ain't never heard of
No,
that before."
it was the tomato juice.
Yeah. When we started tomato juice too.
Tomatillo and the beer.
Right. Michelada.
So, yeah.
And brothers were like, "What is that?" And once you start to realize that, this is a culture that we're bringing to you, man. This is a wonderful culture, man. That once you start to understand, a mango isn't a mango till a Mexican serves it to you. You know what I mean? Then it becomes a mango. Everything else is just fruit. But we have a way of giving you, you know, something that you're gonna be like, wow. And then when you see who gives it to you, like this guy, he didn't go to culinary school. He didn't graduate from what was that, the Blue Ribbon Culinary School. You know what I'm saying? This guy didn't go to France to learn how to, you know, make fruit good. These people just naturally know how to do it. They just know what's good. You know what I mean? And that's Raza for you. That's the Northern Kingdom. You know what I mean? And it's something that, you know, you just gotta understand that it's important. And why we're bringing this up is because, you know, in LA they've been talking about that street vendors have been you know, living through trauma because of all the beatings, the killings, the robbing, you know what I'm saying, all the violence towards them. And you know, these brothers are going out there and they trying to make a living. And they're trying to make a living, and you're trying to see you know, you're starting to see how bad it is that some of these people are afraid to go out in the streets because of what's happening to them, because of the trauma they're going through. You know what I mean? And you know, the shutting down of the vending markets here in LA,
Right.
like complete vending markets where everybody gathered to do this. So you got the city, you got individuals, you got the state, you got the police department. Everywhere we go, you know, we got this shit going on against us. Racism to add to it,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
Imagine what our Hispanic brothers and sisters are going through just to try to make a buck, trying to give you the best thing for your life, which is the fruit, the corn, the drink, the tacos.
I tell you, if I could, everything we do, they try to shut down. Like what you were saying, like the whole thing of the vendors. You got brothers that sell flowers. They try to push them out the freeway so they can't sell flowers no more. Lowriders, right out here in LA, you got Boy House in East LA. Every Sunday, it's known that brothers go out there and lowride. Every Sunday on Whittier Boulevard, brothers are lowriding. But the sheriffs go over there and they shut the whole thing down. And it gets to the point, if they catch you lowriding, they can confiscate or they can tow your car. Everything we do, you know, there's always something against us. And we're not doing anything. That goes to show you is that America has a hatred towards Mexicans. Right? That's a fact. You know, it's been going on for hundreds of years. Is that there's a hatred against Mexican people, and that goes to show you, you know, how they feel about us. You know, we didn't bomb the Twin Towers. Right? Who bombed the Twin Towers? Those are the Arabs. They did that. They killed 2,000 people. They were terrorists, and yet they could come to America and live the American dream and live a happy life out here. Right. You know, why don't they go through that discrimination and through that hatred? Right. You know, those are the terrorists. They're the ones that killed. And you know, like I said, bomb the Twin Towers. They should be going through everything we go through, but they don't. You know, the Ukrainians, Iranians, whoever is not Mexican and comes to this country gets treated well. And come over here, get their visa or whatever, and live a good life in America. But not if you're Hispanic. Not if you're West Indian, right? Not if you're Native American Indian. Not if you're black. If you come over here, you're gonna go through hell, and we're all gonna go through this hell together. I'm pretty sure there's 1,000 stories that you can touch on, Barack Yala, on how Benjamites get treated in Canada or how they get treated in the U.S. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be the same thing that Mexicans go through. It's gonna be the same thing that blacks go through. It's the same thing that Native American Indians go through. We're going to hear about the same stories. We're going to hear about how our women get abducted. We're going to hear about how we're on the bottom of society, how we're getting thrown in prison, police brutality, everything. Like y'all, pass to the next brother.
Go ahead, Barack Yala.
And it's like, let me give you an example. For instance, right now there's a neighborhood. I would say there's a street in Toronto. It's a little strip, right, where there's a bunch of Benjamite businesses. It's literally being gentrified. Like the city of Toronto doesn't give a damn about what we call Little Jamaica, right? I've been there with Officer 1000 Zabaja and Officer 500 Shire 1. When they say like, um, I'm just gonna paraphrase Benjamin, like we're ravenous like wolves and everything. You understand? And that we divide the spoil. Like we gather together. You understand? And we have those businesses, but it's like the city really don't care about us. They give $1 million just to keep little Jamaica afloat. But $1 million is not even good enough for one business. It's just trying to push all the Benjamites out, basically. And a lot of these Benjamites don't even own those stores. They're renting. So they're giving that money to the owners of the building, right? Who is just gonna cash in the money. You understand? They're not gonna renovate. They're not gonna fix whatever they have to fix in the stores or in the building, whatever the case is. And they don't want to give the money to the Benjamin who are renting the spots, who were actually put in the work. You understand? To fix the stores. It's like Officer Mataza said. Um, we have to separate from these oppressors, because if we're gathered together, if we join together, you understand, we will be able to help each other financially. You understand? Whatever the case is, we'll make sure these stores don't close down. You understand? At the same time, we'll make sure these stores are owned by Israelites, because even in Montreal, there's like in the west side where I'm at, there's a very few Benjamite spots owned by Benjamites. They're either owned by Elam or Moab. You understand? We have a very few on the west side Issacharite spots owned by Issachar. You understand? It may be an Issacharite woman, but she's married to an Italian, and he owns the store. You understand? I mean, that's why we need to separate from these oppressors and gather together to be able to help each other out, to be able to make sure that what is ours remains ours. You understand? They wouldn't, because if we stick together and you know we keep our things for ourselves. I mean, making business with anybody ain't nothing wrong with that. But if we keep our things to ourselves, you understand? There wouldn't be no Taco Bell. We wouldn't have no pinche fucking Japanese dressing like cholos and everything. You understand? There's a lot of stuff that wouldn't be happening if we just stick to our own. You know, just like I told you before, Salaka, Officer Kazakia, I'm still looking for that video where the Edomites are playing music from Martinique and Guadeloupe, playing it like it's their own. You understand? Trying to steal our flavor. Right now, just like the Japanese are dressing like cholos, they're having dancehall parties thinking they're Jamaicans, right? And they would bash the West Indian people for partying like that. But when it comes to Japanese, it's just, well, they're just showing love to the culture, right? Well, that's really just disgusting. I mean, I get it. I get it. A lot of us, Benjamin. I mean, the way we party sometimes it may not be. It's not too priestly, if I could say. We get wild sometimes, you know. But the origins of it, right? They even still try to steal the origins of it. Even I think it's early this year or last year, the best reggae artist, they got an award, was a group of white boys. You understand? And a lot of Jamaican artists was like, well, we got to show love to everybody. The thing is that even the music is being gentrified. It's not just the neighborhoods. The music, our food, whatever we do, our culture is being gentrified, basically. That's why we have to stick to our own and not share with everybody else. You understand? I mean, when I say not share, I mean we could make music and they could appreciate it, because we you know we're the best at everything. We can make the food, we let them eat our food, whatever the case is. But let's not partner with them. If the white man comes and say, hey, I'm a partner with you, let's open that taqueria, just say no. Look for a Benjamite, look for another Issacharite, look for a Levite. You understand? Because damn, I'm coming down to LA. I don't know which brother want to be putting down with some money with me. I'll open a taqueria with you. You understand? I'll open a taqueria with Officer Lahab right there.
Right?
You understand? We'll make a Benjamite Issacharite spot. You understand? Because that's the best food in Israel, Salakia. But you know what I'm saying? Let's just stick to our own to be able to how you call it again? Damn, I'm losing my word. To be able to be prolific. You understand? To be able to like support each other and make sure what is our own Like our dollar stays in our pockets. You understand? Let's not go. Let's not go to Taco Bell. Let's not go to Starbucks. If we need a coffee shop, let's open a Latino coffee shop. The best coffee is from Colombia anyway. Starbucks ain't got it. You understand? The best tacos is not a Taco Bell. Taco Bell will, hey, we'll give you stomach cancer. So like a Taco Bell will kill you. The tacos from the Mexicans will kill you. You understand? I mean, we got to show more love to each other and stop killing each other. Stop dividing each other over a language barrier, over a different skin tone because y'all lighter, I'm darker. I mean, Salakia, I have cousins that are light as you are, the one. You understand? And we're not mixed with anything. You understand? We need to stop dividing each other for the love of the white man, right? Any Northern Kingdom brother needs to get a dark-skinned sister from the Southern Kingdom or the Northern Kingdom, whatever the case is. Just like us, Benjamite Levites and Judites, we need to get a sister from the Northern Kingdom. You understand? Let that Mexican shorty, you know, cross the border seeking for the papers. I'll marry her and her cousins.
Right.
You understand? That's really what we want to bring out. We need to just stick with each other. You understand? And stop dividing ourselves. Because even when I'm at the park with the Latino brothers, there's some cholos, there's all type of brothers over there, right? We don't see any division between each other. It's like, yeah, I'm Mexican, but yo, you're my brother. I mean, there's a brother over there. He barely speaks English or French. He's like, yeah, like you wouldn't be able to tell by just looking at me, but I have a lot of black brothers in my family. I'm like, damn, don't worry about it. I believe you. You understand? Like every time we see each other, it's like, yo, my hermano, yo, a long time I didn't see you, whatever the case is. I'm like, yeah, you know, like when it comes down to it, we are blood brothers. We're not just brothers because we go through the same thing. Understand? We are the 12 tribes, so we're literally blood brothers. And in fact, we got to stick with family. You understand? We can't join the Chinese because we love like anime or kung fu movies. It's, you know, because the other nations, when they see us or they want to be with us or be like us, they're like, well, they have an exotic flavor or exotic food. You understand? And some of us would take pride saying, yeah, because they think we're exotic. But what is that supposed to mean? Am I like some type of animal they never seen before? Talking about we're exotic. You understand? We're just the way we are. You understand? They just don't have no flavor. It's like they live in a black and white world. We have all type of flavors. You understand?
Damn.
But I don't want to talk too much. I'll leave it at that for now.
No, you're absolutely right, man. You know, what we gotta do is do what we do now. You know what a lot of Raza is doing now. What here in the ISUPK we've learned to do, and that's support each other. You know what I mean? Keep supporting each other. Keep looking at how we're gonna do it to continue to just show love to ourselves. Showing love to ourselves is to show support to our people too. You know what I mean? As long as we continue to do that, man, we'll be good. We'll continue showing support. We'll continue showing love to our people because that's what we need. That's how we're gonna get past this. That's how we're gonna do it. Everything that's going on right now, man, is excellent. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta continue doing this because the other nations, man, they hate us. You know what I mean? They dislike us because of who we are. And as long as we continue doing as we're doing, man, we're gonna continue moving forward. You know, support your vendor, support your local, taquero, support your local, ice cream guy, Mexican. You know, if the Benjamites are doing their thing, support the Benjamites, support the Judites, support the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Especially here in the ISUPK, that's where we got to show more support. You know, because this is where it's going to go to. Man, you know, we're already an hour in. We're going to make an hour show. So let's get some comments on what we saw today, and you know, before we can put an end to this. So, Barack Ayala, you know, hearing what you heard today, seeing what we're going through, go ahead and comment on what we spoke on today.
Well, basically, just like I just said, we need to stop giving our love to these other nations because these other nations, they will just look at what we can bring to the table and kick us to the curb. You understand? Right. Like I said, they will open Taco Bells, Chipotle, whatever the case, whatever Mexican flavored restaurant they wanna put in. Even though Taco Bell is not, it's nothing Mexican about Taco Bell. You understand? The music, just like I think it's Officer Shapat the Yacht. You know, he just said he hates how they're trying to implement Benjamite music with Afro beats. African has been stealing our music, trying to do reggae, dancehall, you understand, zouk and compa, trying to blend in with us. You know, they they need to stop. You know, we need to stop giving our love to them because they just take our shit and make it bad. Or they make us look bad. They will tell you, well, you eat Mexican food, you're gonna get in like food poisoning, whatever the case is. But they're really talking about Taco Bell. You understand? Um, it's like I said, we need to gather together, just like Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather together, O nation not desired. You understand? Don't open a business with no influence. He's not the nation not desired. He's welcome with open arms in America, Canada, the UK, Australia. Don't make a business partnership with no Chinese because they say China's about to be the new superpower. China's going down. China's burning down with America as well. That's you can go against prophecy. Don't make no business partnership with any other nation than yours. Stick to your own. You understand? And the white man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. Salakia.
That's right.
All right.
Damn right. Okay, all
Yeah.
right, man. Go ahead, Matza.
Khan, Salakia, once again, precinct officer Matza 1000 in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like what we always gonna do is always bring out the truth. You know what I'm saying about our people and what's going on in the world. And really, what we're trying to do is trying to open up the eyes of our people. You know what I'm saying? We're so blind to what the white man has given us that you know what I'm saying. All we see is their lies. You know what I'm saying? And if you just live in the you know what I'm saying? Like, and when we tell them the truth, it's like they run from it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why we gonna stay with this. You know what I'm saying? In this path, we gonna keep walking in this truth. You know what I'm saying? Whether they like it or not, and we gonna tell our people. You know what I'm saying that the truth. You know what I'm saying that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and that they need to run away from that Christian church. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, come on, man. We've been oppressed for over 500 years, and you still trying to join side by side with the same people that have been killing, murdering, you know what I'm saying, robbing, raping our people. Like it's time. It's like it's time. You know what I'm saying? It's time for a change. And what better way to do it with your own people, with your brothers, black and brown. You know what I'm saying? It's lucky. Go ahead.
John. All right, all right. Lahab, go ahead.
Man, one thing we gotta wake up, man. And see how close we are, and see how we share the same oppression. Like what I was saying earlier, like you can talk to a Benjamite or you can talk to a West Indian, he's gonna tell you like the what he goes through is the same thing that a Mexican goes through. You talk to a black man, the oppression he goes through is the same oppression that a Hispanic goes through. A Puerto Rican, Salvadorian, a Haitian. We literally all go through the same hell together. We all go through the same oppression. But like the scripture says in Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. We are all the people not desired in America. And the only way we come together is the Israelite School UPK under command of Doreen Hanna. Right here is where we all get together. We stick together, we roll together, we go to camp together. We call the white man the devil to his face together. I mean, get yourself a flyer, come to class. We're in Canada, Arizona, California, all over the U.S. We're in the islands. We're in Mexico. We're in Central America. There is no excuse for you not to be in here. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're an hour away, 2 hours away, 3 hours away, make that sacrifice and get in class. We all made that sacrifice. All of us have done that 2 hour drive to a camp or to a class. You know what I mean? We all make sacrifice. So if you out here and you listen to this, man, make that sacrifice. There is no excuse. Time is running out. Get up in class, man. Change your life before it's too late.
Right, absolutely, no doubt, no doubt, man. Well, as you heard, man, Mexico, Latin America, El Salvador, Guatemala, we have a lot to offer. Our people have a lot to offer. We're not just coming to this nation, to America, with nothing. We're coming and we're bringing the greatest pieces of our culture. Donald Trump said that Mexico bring what? Murderers and thieves and what else did he say? Rapists. What else did he say? Criminals.
They're not bringing their best.
That we didn't bring our best. That's what Donald Trump had said about Mexican people. That's what he said. Mexican people come here for. He said that's what we were bringing. That when Mexicans came across the border, that's what they were bringing. But obviously, Donald Trump forgot to show you that Latin America brings a lot more than that. Latin America brings a beautiful culture, brings natural food that you're not going to get nowhere. You're paying some white corporation company to give you fake medicine water or natural drink, hydroponic, natural, when you can go out on the street and you're going to find Latinos, la raza mexicana, la raza de Latinoamérica, bringing you the best of their culture and bringing it to you for pennies. Man, I'll bet you go over there thirsty as hell, they're going to give it to you for free. They're not going to be like the greedy ass McDonald's that ain't going to give you nothing. They're going to give you something. They're going to have compassion. I know I've had people that I say, "Oh, señora, I forgot my wallet." "Oh, no, don't worry about it. Come back later, or pay me later." They don't even sweat it. They're gonna bring you the best, man. They're gonna give you something good. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about we're bringing you the natural thing that comes from the ground that the Lord has given us. We're gonna share it with you. We're gonna bring that. Go ahead.
Man, let me add one thing. Besides the food, man, we showed you devils how to shower.
Right?
Y'all didn't know hygiene.
That's right.
You want to thank us for something? You better thank us for the water that we showed you how to use that water and how to use soap and how to use deodorant and smells. You should thank us for that. You learned that from the so-called Indians. You learned that from Mexicans. You learned that from Israelites. You learned hygiene and bathing and smells and deodorants from us. That was it.
Con. And as I was saying, what you get from us is you get the best. So, man, they didn't send. Mexico doesn't send the worst. Mexico sends the best. Mexico sends you something that, man, it fits your pocket, fits your wallet, and it's going to be something that's going to be great for you. We're going to bring you the best. We're going to bring you the most natural things because that's what we do. We're the ones out there picking in the fields. We're the ones out there in the sun. We're the ones harvesting. We're the ones putting food on your table. And when you start realizing that we're also the ones creating some of the best food out there, the ice creams, the waters, the tacos, the elotes, we're going to give you, man, we're going to give you the best. You know what I'm saying? Our people are humble and they know exactly what it is when it comes to what we do. And that is that we're natural. This is natural for us. And when you see us, you know that we are. Because we don't need the gold. We don't need the, all the blam blam. People are, we're just naturally like that. We're going to give you the best of the food that we got. We're going to get you the best of what we do. And this is it. This is the best of what we do. When you go there and you get this fruit from us, because that's who we are. We these people. Man, America sells you fruit. We give you fruit plus. You know what I'm saying? We give you fruit plus. So the next time you see us on the street, the next time you see a Hispanic brother selling this stuff, know that you're getting the best of it. You're getting the best of what Mexico has. You know what I'm saying? Sharon, you want to say something before we go?
I mean, other than what I was saying, you gotta seek this. Like he said, brothers need to take 2-hour bus drives. They need to do that to seek this truth. They need to seek this truth as if they seek silver, like the Bible says.
Right.
And you do that, you'll get the knowledge of the Lord. you'll get understanding on how to survive through this life we live in today.
Right, man. I want to thank everybody for jumping on, man, and being with us, man. An important class, man, because you know what? Our people are being threatened on the street in all more ways than one. You know, the tickets they get, the removal of their property, you know, the throwing away of their food,
Right.
you know, they're taking away of their stands. You know what I'm saying? The discrimination, the robbing, the murdering, the killings. You know what I'm saying? We really got to start looking out for our people, man. Raza is important, and we got to look out for them. You know what I mean? Go ahead before we get out of here.
So, like, if I could real quick, I just wanted to add, or it could be a elote lady too, you know.
An elote lady.
My,
Not
mine
only
is a lady,
elote,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, like, my neighborhood is an elote lady.
yeah.
I'm just saying it could be a lady too doing that.
Well, we just go ahead and call him elote man, but yeah, absolutely elote man. You know, so you know something to look out for, man. You know, we are Israel, all of us. So you know we got to look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you know they should have El Dia del Elotero or the Day of the Mexican. You know, just to celebrate Mexicans and what we do for this country. Yesterday, people were out celebrating 9/11. Screw 9/11. We
Right.
should be celebrating Mexicans. They should have a day for a Mexican because we've done so much for this country and we do so much for this country that we should have a day to celebrate us. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
not September, not May 1st, but a straight date for us because we risk so much, because we do so much to get here, because it takes so much for us to come here. And when we're here, man, even then, it takes so much from us. You know what I'm saying? Like Mexican people, man, we go through so much. People don't realize what a burden it is to be a Mexican. You know what I mean? And I say that we should have a day of a Mexican. You know what I mean? With that, man, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and dropping in on the show. It's about an hour and a half already. The water, everybody for watching. As you know, every Monday we got La Neta coming to you with these shows, man, talking about things that are happening to La Raza. You know, tune in every Monday right here to La Neta. Man, jump in. They got a number rolling at the bottom, call-in number. Man, you can call in and be part of the show. You know, participate with us. Jump in and talk about the things we're talking about. We're going to talk about Hispanic people. Yeah, we're going to talk about La Raza. We're going to talk about Central America and Latin America. We're going to talk about our people. Go ahead, Barack Yala.
One last thing. Like the officer was saying, every Monday we have La Neta, you understand? But every Sunday, also in HK Canada, you could check in the Rise Podcast 1969. We're live every Sunday at around 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Any hermanos, you know, want to jump in, just let me know so I can send y'all the link on Sundays, and let's get it in, other one. So like it.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. Don't forget, we got a high holy day coming up. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday on the 25th. You know, make sure you get down to your local ISUPK school and celebrate with us. What is it? Feast of Blowing Trumpets. Feast of Blowing Trumpets. Man, you might take some elotes down there for that day. With that, Shalom, Yahweh, Shimmy, Yasai, Burkatah, the water for joining us. Till next week, Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
The water brothers for jumping on.